Okay, so you published a book under a profitable keyword, it's ranking the front page of results, but it's just not selling. Why is that? Why isn't your book selling well? Well, don't give up on your book because I'm going to share with you some advice so you can put your book selling well. Let's get started. Hi there, this is Journal Exo, and if you still haven't liked this video, just go right below, click on that thumbs up, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can receive my weekly video updates where I share with you plenty of tips related to Kindle publishing and several ways for you to make money online. Just do that. It's always a great thing that you can do today. And also make sure to get my 7-step formula how to publish your first 300 to 800 book in Kindle Amazon. It's completely free. You don't pay it. Free download. Go right below. You have a link for this. Click it. Put your email address over here. Click this button and it will go ASAP to your email inbox. Anyway, I will provide you a lot of tips today. Tips in how you can put your book selling if it's not selling, because this happened to me recently. I published a book under a keyword that was, at least it seemed profitable. It was ranking the front page of results in the 6 first positions of the front page of results for a keyword. I can't mention it, of course. But my book wasn't selling well. It just wasn't selling well. It passed 1 week, 2 weeks, the sales weren't much. I got a few sales here and there, but basically the money that I was doing was about $30 because that was basically the amount of money that I did back from the review swapping process that I paid for my virtual assistant to do. So basically that was the money that my book generated. And basically 1-2 weeks passed and it wasn't selling well. So I started thinking about what I could do to try, just give it a try before I just gave up on this book. Because, I mean, sometimes it happens. You publish a book under a keyword that seems profitable, but, well, it's just not profitable. It seemed, but it wasn't. It's not. It's something that happens sometimes. But I just wanted to give another try before I just basically lost all of the money that I put into this book. And there are a few things that you can't do. One of them is the headline. You can change the title of your book. That is something that you can do. I mean, you can change for the Kindle format, but you can't change for the paperback, because once you publish your book as a paperback, you just can't change the headline. They just don't allow you to do that. But there are a few things that you can still change. One of them, and the most important one, is the book cover. The book cover is one of the most important things when it comes to selling your book. It's first the book cover, that is the most important thing, then the title of your book, the second thing that is the most important one, and the last one is the description of your book. But most people just stick to the first one, which is the cover of your book. If they see a cover that is just enticing, it seems yummy, they just want to get it, they get your book based on the cover. So what I did, I changed the cover of my book, and my book started selling well, one day to another. My book started selling well. I basically, yesterday my book had like a total of $45 made, and today it has about $82 made. So it's no coincidence that this happened. I mean, at the point where I changed the cover of my book, it started making sales. So it certainly was the cover, just wasn't selling well. So this is one thing that you can actually do before you give up, and I'm going to show you a few examples of what I've noticed when it comes to covers that sell well from covers that don't sell well, so you can have a better eye when it comes to this, because probably you are getting your covers done from someone in Fiverr, or you're personally doing your own covers. I still do a lot of my covers even nowadays because I know I just can do a far better job than anyone in Fiverr. I know that this is not a good notion for you to have, especially when you are running a business. You should try to optimize your business as much as possible, but sometimes you get covers from Fiverr which are stupidly bad, and in most cases I just prefer to do mine, and it's something that takes some work, of course. But let's see over here. I have two different covers. So basically the book that I had, and the cover seemed really good, at least for me. It was a cover that was kind of dark like this one, not so dark like this one. This is way too dark. But it was a cover that was a black cover, and I mean, the colors weren't very vibrant and so on. And I noticed that I already published another book similar with a cover that was darker, and I noticed that covers that are like this one, dark and so on, just don't seem to do well inside of Amazon. One thing that you need to notice is most people go to Amazon and they don't see the cover this size that you can see over here on my computer screen. I mean, they see a small thumbnail. They see a really small thumbnail. And if you don't have something that is really enticing, really bold, most people won't pay much attention to your book. So your cover needs to immediately capture your customer's attention. And I noticed that covers that are kind of dark like this one. This is a yoga book, even though I'm not sure if... I think this is a woman. Yes, it's a woman. I'm not certain if she's actually doing yoga over here, but it doesn't matter. It seems like something over here is happening. And I've noticed that covers that are dark like this one simply don't seem to do well. And the covers that seem to do better are covers like this one with more vibrant colors, like yellow, just like this one. You can see the image it has more enticing colors. It's more vibrant, and it's easier for people to see when they see a small thumbnail inside of Amazon. This type of cover simply captures their attention more. So this is something that you can actually do. If you see that your book isn't selling well, then just change the cover. Just try it once and see if that works. At least with me, it did work, and my book started selling well. It started selling well because my book wasn't selling well during the past few weeks. And I noticed that it has something to do with the cover being darker. I already tried several covers that are similar to this one, and I tell you, this type of covers don't seem to work well. Of course, it might depend on the niche, but in my opinion, this covers is something that I'm going to start avoiding, and I'm just going to use covers more like this one with more vibrant colors, with a title that is catchy, enticing, easy to see, with an image like this one that is also has a lot of colors. Seems to work better inside of Amazon in selling your book. And as I already said, your cover is one of the most important things. Another thing that I want to give you some advice about is if you have someone who is doing covers for you and you receive your cover, a thing that you can do inside of Photoshop, or you can use another software like I think it's GIMP, which is a free alternative if I'm not wrong, similar to Photoshop, but a lot more shitty than Photoshop. What you can do is you can go over here to Image, Adjustment, and go to Vibrance, and you can increase the vibrance of your cover and make it more vibrant. Actually, I'm just exaggerating over here so you can get a better idea, but you can see that the cover just has more vibrant colors, and it's just more enticing this way, and it captures your customer's attention more. So that is something that you can do with the covers. Try to avoid covers that are way too dark like this one, and have covers that have more vibrant colors, an image with more colors like this one, a title that is bold like this one, catchy, and that works better. So this is the first thing that you can do when it comes to putting your book selling well again, is just changing your cover. The other thing that I want to talk about is also the description of your book. If you are publishing, or if you publish your books and are using Amazon advertisement, and let's say that you already have a good cover, but people are clicking on your advertisement, but they simply aren't purchasing your book. That sometimes happens a lot. And this might be because the description of your book is simply not enticing enough. It's just not motivating people to just push the button and get your book, because the difference between advertisement and people finding your book organically inside of Amazon, I mean, for example, if someone goes to Amazon and they search for yoga for beginners, I mean, they already know that they want a book related to yoga for beginners. So many times just the cover is enough to make the sell, and also the title of your book. Now, with advertisement is very different, because often what happens is if you are doing your campaigns with, let's say, 500, 600, 700, or even more keywords, what happens is many times you're targeting keywords that aren't exactly related to yoga or the topic of your book. So you're targeting keywords that aren't exactly relevant. And what happens is people see a nice cover, they probably click on your ad, they enter, and they just want to get a better idea of what exactly your book is before they decide to purchase your book. So what they do, they are going to read the description of your book. And that is where you need to have a description that is basically a sales pitch of your book. It's something that makes your customers, it kind of triggers their emotions and see your book has a solution for their problems. They see that this is the type of book that they need to get so they can resolve their problems or whatever. So if you notice that is happening with your advertisement, you have the advertisement for your book, and you notice that people are clicking on your ads but you aren't getting the sales that you want, then try to change the description for your book and see if your book starts selling better. Okay, that is the 2 tips that I wanted to share with you today. Things that I've also recently learned, especially this one from the cover, of just, if your book is not selling well, try to change the cover. See how it goes. Probably have a darker cover. It may even seem really good for you, but I mean, as Jim Rohn says, results is the name of the game. If you're not getting the results that you want, then you gotta make changes. And this is something that you can very simply do. Once again, I want to basically promote my free bonus. If you still haven't got it, just get that free bonus because it's good. You have a link right below for this. Just get this guide. Do it now, and also like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you still haven't done it. That is all for this video. Stay tuned with Jordan Alexo, and bye.